Okay, so I'm back with another video, and this was sent as a request. I played like the first maybe 20 seconds of it, and so we're gonna just get started with this. So, the title says enough. Why do we pick good guys last? Listen to black women. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, here we go.
Today we are talking about why good guys finish last. I'm Shamika Sanders. Beside me, I have the beautiful Jessie Wu and the fabulous Africa Miranda. Guys, in a recent interview, Sir Slim Thug asserted that Ciara was not happy in her relationship with Russell Wilson because he is a good guy. To use his word, he is a square. Let's get into this quote right here. He wrote this, y'all.
This is his version. End with quotes.
Version. Do a woman used to talk to Future really want a Russell Wilson? He's just a corny dude. He's just like a square. Okay, before we get into this question of the week, what do you define as a good guy? What does that mean?
I've found, to be very honest, my definition of a good guy has changed over the years. A good guy for me used to mean that he had money, that he had a certain social standing, but I found that didn't mean that they were really good people. So now for me, a good guy is someone that is kind, that's a hard worker, that doesn't have serious problems with honesty, and that actually is a little square.
Oh. I feel like for me, those qualities now, you can find them anywhere, not just in the church or in school, because I used to associate the good guy with the guy who's in church, the guy who's in the library all the time. But now I feel like you can find you a good guy in the street. You know what I'm saying? Some of these street dudes, they be good guys. They'll take care of you. They'll care about you. They'll motivate you. They'll support you. So for me, it's just, sometimes the popular definition of a good guy is not my definition of a good guy.
All of this leads us to the question of the week. Why do we pick good guys last? Okay, ladies, so why don't we just pick the good guy first? Doesn't it seem so simple?
Yeah. Who said we don't, though? Because a lot of times, you'll pick a good guy, but does the good guy want you? A lot of these good guys, they want the hoe. They want the scammer. The same way we like excitement, they like adventure, too. I see that a lot of times with the good guys. You know what I mean? So,
hey, real quick. Notice none of them have a wedding ring on. Just peep and listen to these dumb hoes compare. This is why women should never listen to women. None of them are wearing. None of them have a wedding ring on. Did you notice that shit? Because I did.
A lot of us, we pick the good guys, but does the good guy want the good girl?
So we're canceling each other out.
Exactly.
I feel like, though, most of us don't, and not even say most, but I feel like some people, and I can definitely put myself in this category because I've been super guilty of it, didn't pick good guys or good men, because we're normalizing trauma. We think
that finger. Look at that wedding ring finger. It sure is looking bare over there. It sure is looking bare over there for women who know everything about dating. If you know everything, why is that finger bare over there?
That to be in love is exciting and should be danger, and it's we think that all of these things are normal. When you meet a nice guy where it's just it's easy, it's oh, well, I don't trust it because I don't know what that is. So much of black love is about struggle. Why does our love have to be struggled for it to be this is what it's supposed to be exciting and feel good?
But you said something really good about trauma speaking to trauma.
It can. For some of us, and myself included, my first relationships with my father, there was damage there. So that informed a lot of my choices in men, and I think many of us do that. So that's why we want, or we respond to, the negativity or the bad guy.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is that we are attracted to this badness, and we have now associated the bad guy with fun.
Yep.
And we are overlooking the good guy. Okay, so now let's see what the social media streets are saying. Ethereal Kia says, imagine how much more pleasant our communities would be if our women weren't stressed out trying to play both parental roles. Imagine how much happier and peaceful our homes would be if our women could focus on cultivating them from the inside. I hear praises around.
Hello! Hallelujah!
I agree.
Praise the Lord. That's the word right there. Imagine.
Someone responded and said it would solve most of the dysfunctions in the black community, which is what you were talking about, the trauma.
We have to heal because, like, we have to take responsibility for the men that we're choosing. But then the
Sure.
men, same way. It's like we're not here to fix them. They're not here to fix us. You have
True.
to fix yourself.
And you know what? Another part of that trauma is like for me, when it comes to me and I'm going and I'm dating these guys, they want to mistreat me. But then when they go to other girls of other cultures, you know, they going above and beyond, and it's like, okay. So let me just go to the hood nigga, because the hood nigga already gonna go above and beyond when he comes to a girl like me, because he's gonna appreciate what I bring to the table versus a good guy who knows he has all these options. He's gonna take me for granted.
See, listen to what she said. That's real shit. Like I said, see, women always know their value in their respected market in their respected area. What did I say a long time ago? Like, okay, like let's say if you're from where I'm from, if you're in Ohio, and let's say you're working a 9-to-5 job in accounting, and there's like a girl over there. See, the reason why all those women are in those little jobs in Ohio is because, see, all those women want to go fuck with a New York City dude, a LA dude, a dude in Europe, a dude in Japan. See, every girl wants to go to those hot spots. But see, woman's vagina is a constant running stock market exchange system. Like, she knows what she can do where. So back to the job scenario, you're working in, let's say, an accounting or a factory or a warehouse. See, that girl knows as long as she stays in that world, then she'll get a lot of attention. But she knows the second she steps too far out that comfort zone and goes to a higher echelon of man, oh, she can't compete. So this is why they stay in those, sort of like how she just said. She'd rather go to the hood guy, because to a hood guy, that's a step up for him, is to fuck with a bitch like her. Whereas now she knows when she gets like, when she goes too far above a hood guy to a guy who's, you know, done some like legitimate shit with his life in the real world outside of his little city block, and he got out in the world and did some shit, she can't last. Because he can go pick 5 more like her by the end of the week, with like on half effort. I tell you, women, they always know. Well, okay. When it comes, they don't know their worth as far as like trying to get married. See, woman doesn't know if she's wife material, but she knows where she fits in the physical attractiveness level. You see, and what kind of man she can pull for a physical attract. But see, no woman really knows why she makes a bad wife. You see what I'm saying? See, women, they don't know. Women do not know how they look on the outside when it comes to picking a good wife, a good mother. They have no fucking idea about that shit. Because see, women try to project this shit on the men, that men only care about looks and what, red bottom heels. I heard some ghetto bitch say that before. Red bottom heels. Y'all see, women are so shallow, they project that shit on the men. So they try to make men come off as the ones that are this shallow to think everything's strictly physical. Don't get me wrong. Like, if a woman is physically beautiful, she'll get pumped and dumped all day long, but she can't keep a man. You see that all. You see it happen all the time with runway models, fucking music video girls. They can't keep a man. When they eventually try to settle down, they can't. Or the last video I did on my Patreon with the porn stars, they skinny, great looking, fucking all the time, and they get fucked, but they can't keep a man. See, women, they have no awareness on what makes them a proper wife material, but they always have awareness on their physical attractiveness and what they should be able to pull for that. And it runs much deeper in them than it does for men. So she's right. She'd rather go fuck with the hood guy instead of go fuck with the guy who has, you know, more money, more options, and a little bit of attitude. Because she knows she can't keep him. But see, that hood guy, a girl like this, a hood guy, she would be a huge step up for him, because he's used to being around hood rats all day long. I mean, yeah, I could make fun. I'm not going to make fun of her personally. Not personally, but about her appearance. I'm not going to do that, which I felt like doing. I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to stay more along the logical path. But let's continue.
So I'll just go to the hood nigga who gon', you know what I'm saying, take me on the adventure I deserve.
You said something really good there, though, because the good men out there, they think they're God's gift to women, so now they treat everybody.
But I don't want to.
They think they're God's gift to women. No, see, no, okay. See, a man would say somebody thinks that somebody thinks that they're God's gift to women because they're just like, they're really acting like, like how women treat men who they think they're better than. See, like, all these women have their own beta orbiters. Get that shit out your mind right now, that these women are at some disadvantage because they're black or whatever the fuck, or they're kind of ghetto at times, or they have poor wigs and weave on, shit like that. Get that shit. Look, every woman has her beta orbiters hovering around at the grocery store, the restaurants, the gyms. When she goes to buy some toilet paper, the guy behind the register, she know each one of these women, no matter how fat and ugly they know who their beta orbiters exactly who they are. Okay, so you get this shit out of your fucking head. But hold on, let me go back. So I forgot where I was going with that.
You know what I'm saying? Take me on a dip.
It was
Me,
what she said.
because he's gonna appreciate what I bring to the table versus a good guy who knows he has all these options. He's gonna take me for granted. So I'll just go to the hood nigga who gon', you know what I'm saying? Take me on a.
So yeah, so what the fat bitch on the right said was this: they act like their guys get the women. See what that translates to in from dumb bitch and ease is this. Okay, what this translates from dumb bitch and ease to logical male mind is this. The woman knows she has options, which is fine as long as the woman has options. So but a woman is going to want a man who is at least a little bit better than her. So being better than her means he has options, right? So the reason why he thought he was God's gift to women was because he had options. He knew he had options, and he didn't keep it secret from this woman. That's why she's mad. That's the translation. That's why he thought he was God's gift to women. But we'll see when it's the other way around. Oh, women don't think they're God. See, all theyese women think they're God's gift to men. And then the only reason they become mad and bitter and angry is because they start getting rejected by the men that they wanted. While at the same time, don't even acknowledge the men who want them as human. Remember that.
The adventure I deserve.
You said something really good there, though, because the good men out there, they think that God's gift to women, so now they treating everybody.
But I don't want to put it on, like, there are some good guys who will take you on wonderful adventures and you won't be crying at the end of it. Like, I think that's, like, the problem is that there are good guys that might be a little corny, but they're fun, they're kind. And, like, I do feel Sierra did for Russell. She gave him a little swag. Like, he's not wearing the Hawaiian shirts anymore.
Jesse, what do the receipts say?
Well, the first question we asked our readers was, the first thought that comes to mind when you think good guy is 51% said husband, 41% said friend, 7% said boring, and 1% said sucker.
Now, also with this magazine, guess who they actually asked this to? See, the reason the 51% said husband, you got to see, do the math. DUDAMAF. Do the math. Who did they send this questionnaire out to? Because I haven't watched this. This is the first time I watched this video. So I'm watching for the first time with you guys. Who did they send this questionnaire at? First off, it's in English, so you can pretty much tell where it was sent out to. It was sent out to generally American women, Western women. So of that population, 66% of all these women are overweight and fucked up. So of course, when it was like, see, they hear good guy, they hear husband to usey. See, they really need to just put sucker/husband on the same fucking category. Sucker/husband, and then friend/sucker, and then like boring after that. Boring / we don't exist this as we don't acknowledge this as human. That's what they should have did.
Damn, who was
But that's the problem.
But only 1% said sucker now, so that's growth. You know what that is? That's growth right there. But notice how 51% said husband, which goes back to what I was saying earlier. All of us want to settle down. Most of us want to settle down anyway. So even if
don't listen to that bullshit. All of us want to settle down. All of us want. Don't pay that shit no attention. Don't feel it. See, if you even grew a little bit of sympathy in your heart for her, throw that shit in the trash can. Because what did I say earlier? All of us want to settle down. All of us want to settle down. How many beta orbiters does she have floating around her Instagram, Facebook, Snapchats, emails from work? The dude that gave her chili cheese dog at the gas station. How many beta orbiters she got who offered to her to settle down? She don't acknowledge them as human. So don't acknowledge her as human, bruh, until she earns it. Until she earns it from you personally. Look, every time I got a new girl's number, I would save her as thought until she worked her way out of being saved in my phone as thought. As thought. How do you say thought? I don't know how to say it properly, but thought. They have to, like, until she proves it to me personally, she is nothing but a dumb thought. That's how you got to approach the shit. And she has to work to earn her way out of it.
If it is like the boring good guy, like you're still thinking, okay, husband at the end of the day.
I feel like though we gotta change the conversation. Why does it mean that like in the end, like after I've lived and had all my fun, I'm gonna settle down with this corny man? Why can't it be? Oh, we want this good man who's great and fun and nice that treats me well, and like that's a new experience.
See, what did I say? I keep stopping. I was trying to let it play through, but I keep stopping it. So with that said, why is it that once we've had all our fun, now you want to settle down? See, what did I say before? See, this red pill MGTOW shit, like we men had to apply definitions, and we had to label what they see. Like I say before, women don't think; they just operate, they just move, they don't think. See, men had to come up with these definitions and say, "Oh, this is the epiphany phase. This is cock carousel rider." See, man had to make this shit and apply it, and then spread the information to other men. And then we see, like, just it's just how history goes. One woman learns a little way to manipulate a system, then man suffers for a bit, and he gets back on top again. And then nature is at its proper balance. Then woman figures out some other little way to manipulate the system and gets back up again. Man's a little fucked up, and then it takes a little while till he gets back on top of it again. And that's the natural balance. Woman has to keep working for man. But see, what happens is woman incidentally kind of wins for a while. So then everybody just loses and is miserable for like, at least 100 years. Everybody is just miserable for at least 100 years in every community. Because if you look back in history, that's usually when shit fucked up in every country and every thing on the planet was when a woman got up too high, and when the average woman got up too high in like praise. That's when everybody was just fucked up. And then until a man came back up in there and put that balance back in it. See, she explains it perfectly. Why is it that after we've been pumped and dumped for 15 years, now we want to settle down with this corny guy? Yeah, see, that explains. See, bitches don't know. They just operate. They don't think. They just move. they just move impulsively. They don't think. Why is it that when we're 15? See, it wouldn't take too long for her to sit down and think about it. Look at her friends, and then she can do the math on it.
It doesn't have to be something that we wait for after we've been drugged through the mud.
True.
And then we,
That's always
after you've been drugged through the mud, exactly.
I feel.
That's what I feel like you have
Why
to
it gotta
go.
be our experience?
I just feel like you have to go through this life, and sometimes you experience.
Look at. I try not to make fun of her, man, but that last little watch how she just like looks. She thinks she looks good. Look at this shit.
Like you have to.
Now I want to put this shit on slow motion because that's what I seen. Hang on, let's put this shit on slow motion. Just watch her. How she looks at her. Look at this shit. That shit looks fucking creepy as fuck. Look at her eyes. Hold on, let's put a little more slowly. That shit is creepy as fuck. She just looks creepy as fuck. Look at her.
Go through this life and
look at her eyes. Like she looks like a fucked up ass alien. Like this is fucking gross. I tried not to make fun of her, man. I really did. I made it 6 minutes. I made it 6 minutes. Look at her. Just look at this makeup. I'm gonna turn off the sound because that's gonna make it worse. So I'll just put it on mute real quick. Look at her. Look, just look at her makeup. Look at it. Ugh. Look at her eyes. Looking at her. Like she looking like she looks like a black fire marshal Bill, a black transsexual fire marshal Bill, like or a burn victim or some shit. That is rough. I had to, man. I couldn't help it. I made it. Hey, you should be happy. I made it 6 minutes without making fun of you. Looking like that.
Sometimes you experience this trauma to know that there is something else out there.
Last question was, which statement do you agree with the most? 81% said good guy or bad boy, men are men. 18% said good guys make better husbands but are no fun and likely whack in bed. I think you would agree with that. That's you right there. And 1% said good.
So let's look at this. Good guy or bad boy, men are men. Okay, see, yeah. And I can see where women can come to this conclusion. Because The reason why women can come to this conclusion, 81% of women can come to this conclusion, is like I said before. You see, no matter how beautiful a woman is, whether she's a 10 or a 2, that woman will always chase a man who is better than her. So this is why women will always say men are men, the bad good guy or bad boy, they're all men, because the only men who women acknowledge as human are the men who are better than them. So those men will always be, good guy, bad guy. They're just men. You see, like I said, because they're not acknowledging the other 20 they had, the other 20 beta orbiters they had at all time, because those men are not human. I don't know if you caught my last live stream. I was talking about my Russian tutor here. Tall. She's an attractive girl. She's tall, skinny, all that shit. And I'm not making this up. Because, okay, right now, tourism's down because coronavirus. Borders are closed down. People ain't traveling. And a lot of capital cities rely on that income from all those tourists coming in. So she's out of a job because she worked in tourism. And she was telling me how she some guy tried to hit her up, I think on Instagram or something like that. And she was talking to him and they were getting along good. And you know what? She asked him what he did for a living, and he said he was a cleaner, like a janitor. And she laughs at him as if he's pathetic. Why, this bitch don't even have a job. She laughed at him because he's a cleaner. She don't even got a job. She can be living out in the woods, or quoted exactly from her, living in the bushes. And she's laughing. This man is still a joke because she deems him as lesser because of his profession. See, he's not human to her anymore. You see, so most women, this makes sense too, because when they ask a woman this, the only men who are recognized as human are men who are better than them. So yeah, so this is why 81% would say that.
Guys are weak and bad boys are strong.
I think bad boys are damaged.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
First,
Okay.
can we add another option?
Yeah, I think bad boys are probably damaged and therefore they damage other women.
Exactly. Look at Future.
Yeah. So let's get into the conversation and look at this article written by Teresa DiDonato for Psychology Today. She states, there has been a long-standing assumption that women who view men as nice guys are viewed as intelligent but less assertive, less sexually experienced, and less attractive. Do you agree, though? Is that how you felt before? Intelligent but less assertive, less sexually experienced, and less attractive? I didn't think less attractive.
No, because listen, some of them good guys, they'll surprise you now. They'll pull out that anaconda real quick. Okay, so I don't feel like we should generalize that. But then again, it's been a lot of people's experience that the good guy is kind of whack and whatever, but that's not always the case.
So after all of that good talk and honest answers, ladies, what's our takeaways? What did we learn from this conversation?
My takeaway is simple: hood niggas be good niggas.
Yeah.
Okay, don't.
Yeah. Hood guys are good guys. Yeah, she would say that. And you want to know why she's going to say that? Well, she explained it earlier, because she's accepted that guys who are financially better off and more educated, shit like that. She explained it earlier. She can't keep those guys. So her only pool to pick from is the hood guys who she can pull up on in a 2022 Camry and impress him because it's on a lease and she actually has good credit to get the car. See, she will appeal to him, and then after that, she just sucks his dick whenever he wants it. See, that's where she can win now, because I think you could tell they're all a little older now, so they just can't compete with the younger girls in general. So that is the only place she has to go where she can actually have some value and hold a man. Just like that black girl with the Aldo bag. That black girl with the Aldo bag who I roasted that last time, she gonna be up here right with them. Give it 5 years, and she's gonna be messing with the hood guys because she can't keep up with those higher value men. She can't do it. And they learn, and it's a hard lesson for a lot of them to learn.
Don't overlook the niggas in the hood.
Yeah.
Some of them have very good qualities that you would be surprised about.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to make fun of a guy from the hood or anything like that, but you got to realize the reality of the whole situation. She's gonna say that because she cannot attain the man she really wants. So now she's like, hood guy, shit. That's the only place she has any value where people will actually remember her name after she walked out the room, and it'd be like for a benefit instead of like, ooh, that's Shaniqua. I don't want that shit. It's like, oh, Shaniqua coming? Shaniqua got that new car. She got paid.
My takeaway is expand your idea of what good guys are. They can be kind. Like, it's not corny to be kind. It's not corny to be nice. It's not corny to be romantic. It's not corny for someone to publicly gush over you on social media. Corny is cool.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, I'll tell you what. Now she can go out and get a good value, man. She can. The one in the middle can't. The other two can't. She can.
that was corny. I still liked it.
The one on the left has the best chance, in my opinion of it.
But that was great.
It felt like after school special, but
That
you know
was-
what? I'm going to own it. So if you're corny and that spoke to you, call me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that was a little family
Yeah.
matters. But
Yes.
Yeah, the one on the left has the best chance.
And family matters, but this is true because as I get older, I am learning to place value on those qualities and those traits that make you feel good. You don't have to feel bad, ladies.
To be in love.
To be in love.
be in
Love
love.
doesn't feel that bad. It doesn't. Now, everyone has issues, but you pick and choose, and you can find happiness in those corny qualities.
Mm.
Thank you guys for tuning.
Well, there you have it. Wowzer. So what I want to leave off with this, I'm going to do final thought. I remember Jerry Springer, final thoughts. Sometimes bitches got to teach the younger girls to not ride the cock carousel because these are the most valuable years in your life. So the rest of your life is going to depend on how you treated men now. Oh, it's only 26 minutes. So I'm going to go into another topic that I want to touch on. Because I've been speaking to a few female clients recently who brought up the same topic. You know, they don't want to be 30 years old, single, blah, 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 and all this because they don't want to look like they were on the cock carousel. You know, they're with their boyfriends for years. I'm not going to say anybody's name or anything like that. But, yeah, I've been getting this question a lot from girls, from the female viewers. And I want to make this clear, too. Okay, in most cases, it will just be easier for a man to just I'll say this, a man of higher value to just not acknowledge a woman past 27, 28, 29. And the reason being is because most women will fuck up their whole life up until that point. Okay, now, with that being said, there are definitely ways around it, but it's like a do or die situation. I'm going to explain this. So there's a few female viewers that I'm thinking about right now. They kind of had the same situation. They stayed with their boyfriend, you know, for, 6-7 years from all throughout their early 20s, early to mid 20s, and then, they got dumped or whatever. And that happens. But I'll say this, you see, cohabitating with a man for a woman in her early 20s is the equivalent of getting a bachelor's degree in the work world. Meaning, see, the fact that as a woman, you lived with a man, you cohabitated, you were learning skills that you didn't even realize you were learning, like coming home to routine, having to think about somebody else and where they place and shit. Having to think about what you're going to eat, what you and your partner are going to eat that night. You had to think about things with another person and consult them, for years. You see, so this is why this is the equivalent of a bachelor's degree. So by the time you hit 30, 35, let's say you date another guy for 7 years, he went off and fucked other bitches and fucked you over. It happens. But see, what men don't talk about a lot in this manosphere is this. You see, if a woman, there are decent quality women over 30, but the thing is, they're so far few and in between. And if they're not fucked up in one way, they're fucked up in another way. Like they're fat and fucked up, or they're just like bitter as fuck because all their friends are getting married and they're still single and they married their career type shit. But see, when a man can find a woman who is older and she's not bitter and she's also had experience with a relationship, not riding a cock carousel, having a new boyfriend every 2 months, 2 weeks, every 6 months it's a new guy in and out type of shit, but she was actually in a relationship. See, this woman is now, she has the training of being a good partner. You see, because like I said before, women are not naturally loving, caring, thoughtful, empathetic. Women are not naturally this. They have to learn this shit from a book or from, like, if they, end up getting with a guy and they live with him for years and now they know it. So, like, to go deeper into what I say about, older women, it's not, okay, all older women are not complete trash. Now, you're not going to be the number one first choice in all scenarios. Like, any man would rather a 20-year-old girl than a 35-year-old girl. Any man would rather that. But what I'm trying to say is this. you still, I mean, yeah, you're not going to be number one, okay? But you're definitely not like the worst thing on the planet as long as you're not bitter, fucked up, trying to speed rush a marriage because your friends are getting married, type shit, all that other shit. Like, and it comes out when like most men can talk to women, and over the course like 2 or 3 months can usually feel out why she is the way she is, how she got here, shit like that, what she was lying about, what she wasn't. So what I'm trying to say is this: long story short, woman living with man in her early 20s is the equivalent of woman getting a bachelor, is becoming college educated. That's the equivalent of it. And being desirable for the next 40 years of your life. All right? And if you didn't get that education in those years, then you'll just never have it in that form ever again. Like you learned it later on, but it's not, genuine and authentic. You see, I mean, you kind of learned it as like as a side hobby type shit. So shit's going to be all fucked up in a little place because you didn't get it in your formative years of doing it. You see, it's almost like how people talk about well, I don't know if anybody studied this, but like if a child does not learn to speak before like a certain age, the child will never learn how to speak again. Like I don't know why. I used to study random shit, man. But yeah, like if a kid is born like in the jungle or some shit, like and if the kid never learns how to speak before it hits, I think it's like 4 or 5 years of age or something like that. If the child never learns how to speak, then you can't ever teach. It's literally impossible for that kid, for that human to ever learn how to learn a language, a verbal language ever again. All they can do is grunt and maybe learn 1 or 2 word type of shit. Like they just can't. And it's the same thing with women. If a woman did not cohabitate in a serious relationship with a man for years in her early 20s, then she just never. Most times she can just never do it properly after that. She just can't do it. But yeah, that's gonna be the video. It's like 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm out of here, man. Oh, and thank you for everybody who stayed with me while I was like going through that like kind of rough times. I was in school doing shit, and I'm like still figuring out my living situation in Europe because like where Americans are banned from the EU. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, I'll be back full time doing this shit again, man. But yeah, thank you everybody who stayed with me, and y'all have a good day. And I'll see you probably tomorrow or tonight's Friday, so I might do a live stream tonight. I might do a live stream. I don't know, but I'll let you guys know at least in the next few hours. But yeah, I'm out. Peace.